Hello. If you are watching this, I am recording this at 11:05 p.m. on a Saturday in February or so 8th of 2025. And if you're watching this, I'm going to say something that probably, at least in your time, sounds crazy, but in my time, if my theory becomes true, which it most likely will, if you're seeing this video, then that's true. But if it's not, then you're not gonna ever see this video unless, you somehow find it, which I don't know how you're finding this, but here we are. Well, anyway, I plan to travel to the year 30,000 because, if my theory is correct, that is when the time police is officially formed. Like, that's when it becomes, like, time crime becomes so common that they have to form one. Something like that. Well, anyway. Or probably centuries prior. Who knows? Maybe it was in the 22nd or 23rd century when they had to develop such technology. I don't know. Well, basically, I'm going to travel to the future and release this video back in the past to 2025. So if you're watching this, yeah, you're in you're technically, well, you're not, but you're technically watching this in the year 30,000. So yeah. But it's a bit complicated. I'm not, well, maybe I will be, who knows. But who knows who actually invented it first. But I am one of the founders of time travel, if this video gets out. And I just wanted to let you know that for all the crimes and all the things that happened regarding to time travel and the world of time itself, we're the ones who started it, okay? We invented the invention of time travel. So if you are curious and if you wanted to know who started it, it was by me, and it was by the others who eventually came and were before me. And I got to, if my theory is true, I would get to talk to those people. I would get to do certain things and do things that by 2025 standards and people prior to it, for most people, would be considered fictional because, well, you just don't live in a time where it's possible. But if you are watching this in that released year, I'm giving you the message now that it is possible. We just live in a time where it isn't mainstream yet. The technology already exists. We just live in a time where we don't know how to use it in that way. And I can't explain it to you because that could break the timeline potentially. And from the time that I may be sending this, I am on the verge of trying to discover the multiverse, if that's a thing. But I don't know yet. And I don't even know if the people from the year 30 or 90,000 or 90,000 even know if the multiverse is a thing. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong, or maybe I'm right. I don't know. I can't give a clear answer. All I can say is, yes, time travel is possible. It is very much so. But like I said, we live in a time, you live in a time, 2025, which is, the time I wanted to show this for, if this comes true. This year, right now, if you are watching this in that era, that time or later, who knows? I'm not sure. Or in the past, or whenever you're watching this. It is possible, okay? I've gone through some things. I've been experimenting with it. So, yeah, like I've said in this video, if it does become true, then that means, I would be one of the founders of time travel if this video gets released. But I doubt this will ever happen. But you never know. You never know. Well, anyway, I have to go and make my invention. Well, help make our invention, because obviously I'm not the only one involved in this. But we're kind of the pioneers of it, if you can say pioneer, since this is time travel itself. So, you're kind of just going through time. Who knows? Maybe, after, this video potentially gets released, well, right after I record, you can have a conversation with me. Well, maybe. Maybe have a conversation with me after my tomorrow, which is still in February or January 8th of 2025 AD. Now, if you want to be specific. Now, I don't have nothing much else to say either than, yeah, if you're watching this, guess I'll see you in the year 90,000. 90,000 or 30,000, depending on which side of a future you'll be on. If it's worst case scenario, I'm going to be in 2100, which is what we don't want, because then it could lead to World War III. But best case scenario, I ended up to the year 90,000, and you guys are the advanced you can get, but you probably still have some things you want answered, or things you want to know from my era. So if you have any questions for the time that I'm from, at least, you can let me know in person if you want to go that far. But I have no idea what technologies could have been made or whatever. I just know that if this video gets released, time will not be a force to be stopped at. It won't just keep going and going and going regardless of what you do, you know? Like, you can't just stop it or go an idea of forward or an idea of backward, you know, or an idea this way or that way for time. Because time is, well, it's in all directions. You have to go all directions in for going forward, and you have to go all directions out for going all backward, if that makes sense. Well, that's if my theory is real. Combine this with the idea of there being matter and antimatter, and also the multiverse. Mostly because I don't even know if the time I'm going to be coming in is either actually another time or is just another Earth, if that makes sense in your years whenever you're watching this again. But still. Anyway, yeah, if you're watching this, time travel is no longer a fictional thing. It is a real life thing that's been around since, well, kind of the beginning of time, but it was invented at some point, but it kind of defeats the logic of being invented at all. However, it is time itself, so you could go through it. And yes, there is a force that prevents you at first, that prevents you, law of physics, that prevents you from doing time travel. that from my knowledge, if I am correct in my theory. However, if you find the right kind of frequency, you find the right kind of technology, if you find what you are looking for, the time you are trying to get to, you will be there. You will get there. And I promise you, you will see it as that time will be. And however, some of the people that say about this, they say that you have to act like you're from that time so you don't freak people out, so that way you can actually, go back to the time you're from potentially, or go to even farther in the future or farther in the past, because there may be time travelers from the past. Just remember that, okay? Not just from the future. Alright? Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to really say on the topic, other than, it knows it all. It insists upon itself. Well, that's going to make sense for people at that time, for when I intend to, which is, I intend to release this video in 2030, but if things don't go right, or if my technology gets made early, this will be released in 2025. And yeah, and in Grandes and Nanaman, and will know that I did not take away his news for after. Okay? That technology is high-tech of even his civilization, or should I say its, but more accurately would be his, since he is a male. It's gonna be complicated, okay? It's not the best, and you're going to probably be speaking in a language that humans don't currently have the ability to comprehend, at least from the time of when this video is supposed to be released in. So, yeah. It's gonna get hard for the next couple of thousands of years. But if you catch me thousands of years later, I'll be there, probably. That's if my technology gets there. Well, anyway, yeah, I shall see you on Super Bowl, not on, but in the time of Super Bowl 2025, the one from 2025 of NFL. If that's still a relevant thing, I'm not sure, so I'm gonna have to investigate after this video. If it gets released anyway. If it doesn't, then, yeah, time travel isn't real if it never does. However, that doesn't suggest that it doesn't necessarily mean that it wouldn't be possible. It just means, like, I didn't do it, so there's no way for me to actually confirm that, is what I mean, that it doesn't exist. But when this video, if it gets released, will 100% confirm my theory, which will no longer be a theory, but a justified fact, at least by 90-100 standards, from what I'm told, will be just another part of life. Traveling through time will just be another part of life. Anyway, I don't have nothing much else to say. All I gotta say is this video is also for, but I shall see you later, probably, if you are watching this in the distant future. And who knows, maybe I discovered immortality as I was trying to make. But who knows? Who knows? Anyway, I shall actually see you later. I don't know why I keep pushing it and then I'm still going, but yeah, I really should get going because if I don't, things can happen if you know what I mean. Well, anyway, I gotta go, so I shall see you later. Bye!